global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness today. The way Peter Obi is receiving support from the North, I think this is going to be taking backseat as the North have decided to take the campaign of Peter Obi not only personal, but they have realized it's not about Peter Obi, it's not about Southeast, it's about the person who can right the wrongs of all the past administration, even if he cannot do it immediately, but he has good intentions to make it happen. And they realize they have a win-win situation in their hands. To think that in the previous video was really a northerner really that have decided to stand in the gap and defend Southeast over the sit-at-home matter. It's quite surprising and shocking. For more details on that particular video, check our feed, our playlist, you'll see that video. But this time around is another championing, in fact, putting it straight to his fellow brethren that look, you missed this chance, you miss a lot. You're going to find out in full details what he told the Northerners in full, and he's an influencer of repute. Honestly, before we go into the newspaper, like and subscribe to our channel if you have not done so already. Please click on the red subscribe button and the bell notification to get both subscribed and notified as soon as you update our videos on YouTube. Let's go straight into the news. Well, a well-known Nigerian creative thinker, governance advocate, entrepreneur, public commentator and social media influencer Shehu Ghazali Sadiq has taken to his official social media page to recommend the former governor of Anambra State and the presidential candidate for the Labour Party as LP, Peter Gregory Obi, for the position of the presidency. While sharing on his official social media page, Shehu Ghazali Sadiq made it known that Peter Obi will have zero sympathy for the terrorists operating in the country, and he will invest massively in education in the northern part of the country in order to empower the northern youth against criminality. Further speaking, Shehu Ghazali Sadiq reminded the Northerners that the northern part of the country is no longer safe for the people, urging them to use their votes wisely. In other words, he's saying, don't vote on regional lines, don't vote on ethnicity. Vote one who can truly change a region. In a nutshell, he's saying the North have been ruling, the elder statesmen have been ruling. It has not really have a trickle-down effect on the poor masses. Rather, it has increased criminality simply because there are no good jobs, and hence they have decided to take to criminality as a way of sustenance and survival. But having heard Peter Obi speak, and having heard some of the blueprints he intends to bring to Nigeria, and having heard some of the other candidates how they go about their speeches and not giving blueprints really step to step or step by step on how they are going to achieve this, it's only commonsensical that for the first time during the hashtag EndSARS, the North believed that SARS was good to them and they don't want SARS to end. So they didn't really join issues, or they didn't join the EndSARS mantra. But as we speak, the way the North is going, the Northerners are going, they're realizing, that, look, let's stop this ethnicity. It hasn't paid us. Okay, we can't keep saying that the country is good or the government are doing perfectly well, but our region is paying the price when it comes to the issue of insecurity. And it's always one time in 4 years that you can change that narrative. And it's telling these people, look, forget this whole thing about my brother they rule. Now, my brother, they for throne. It's a case of get it right. It's going to affect all of us. And the funny part about this whole issue of electioneering and election and campaigning and all that is the fact that your unwise decision to vote wrongly would affect every other person, including those who decided to vote rightly, but their vote didn't count. So it's for all of us to carry ourselves together, carry ourselves along, and vote out the wrong people and vote in the right persons. That's when true change will begin. It may not give you the total effect you're looking at, but definitely it will build a foundation through which the next dispensation will continue from there. If we don't, like Banky W will say, if we keep shouting that Nigerian politics is dirty, it's dirty, it's dangerous, you can't go into it. But if the good ones don't get into it, how would they change the narrative? How would we change the dirty politics to a clean politics? How then do we ask, how do the votes of the common man count, and how do we demand for basic amenities? And it is in Nigeria that you don't get impeached. Or better still, it's in Nigeria that some certain people can't get impeached even though they see the wrongdoing so intact. So you now see that to a great extent, the North is waking up and they're coming in in a tsunamic manner. And honestly, I'm liking it. They're not looking at religious lines, they're not looking at ethnic lines, they're looking at the person. And until we get it right and start voting for persons and not political parties, we are still going to be in Stone Age. Let's feel the pulse of Nigerians. Nigerians are talking, and this is so super exciting that our northern brothers have decided to take it away. In fact, they're mounting the pressure now. Southeast, they're looking at, they're not even listening to what people are saying. Southeast, they're just Peter Obi. They're not mentioning Southeast, they're not mentioning Biafra, they're not mentioning Igbo man, they're mentioning Peter Obi, just the same way they mentioned MKO Abiola. Okay, in the past. Okay, they did not say Yoruba man or Southwestern. They said MKO Abiola, the person, the Nigerian, the late MKO. Now they're looking at Peter Obi as a person, the Nigerian, and not a particular region. So it's going to be a precedent for all. But then there's still more obstacles to overtake, to overcome. But it starts with a step. Let's feel the pulse of Nigerians very quickly. This one here is saying, why are the Hausa Fulani counting their eggs before it's being hatched? I don't understand. This one here is saying, do you know what it means to someone to meet 32 billion naira debt and left the state with credit of 75 billion naira? My let's be honest, you need an angel to achieve that in Nigeria of today. Just pray that this man, Peter Obi, enter to rescue Nigeria. If not, it is very, very difficult to get someone of conscience in today's politics. When Atiku and Tinubu had already spent billions of naira, will they ever pity you for the first 4 years? If not to recover what they have spent, vote Peter Obi and have total freedom. Okay, I understand where this person is heading. Like one, I think Yakasi said something very quickly. I thought I related to what he said. He said, "How can you sell a farm for 100 million naira? That's just farm selling." And then the internal campaign to get the flag bearer. The major campaign has not begun. All right, and if they spend that kind of money, that's like investment. If they've invested so much to get into the position of a public servant who ought to serve the public, and you think they will not recoup their monies? Let's get serious. Let's stop deceiving ourselves and stop playing to the gallery and stop pretending as if we are not seeing the reality, harsh reality staring us in the faces. Now, this man here is saying he's not going to pay sheshe. Okay, so that because he will not go into that city looking for his money to recoup his money. Whatever he's going to spend, he's going to spend it, understanding the fact that there needs to be money spent, but not on frivolities, so that he can count his losses if he loses the game. So, but when he enters, he will not be looking at it as an investment where he needs to recoup back his money, because honestly, Nigeria is heavily indebted. He needs a man who is stingy, akagom, erudite, to be able to begin to cut costs where necessary. But the question now is,